again. Want me to?
Okay.
So Brianna says yesterday, my skin feels amazing and my back and hips haven't been hurting. I wake up at 6 a.m. like clockwork, but I tend to go pee and back to sleep because I'm still tired. My energy is still a bit low, but intuitively I feel there are some major things going on internally. I'm pooping like crazy again. Last night was a little rough. I have been a lot less stressed and just not too bothered by things and have an overall sense of well-being. I haven't weighed myself again, but I feel like I have lost more weight.
Wow.
And then her mother, Monica, says, Monica Beth checking in. I'm sleeping the whole night now. I have to pee like a racehorse in the mornings. I wake at 5:30 a.m. every morning. No more random sweating, hot flashes. My skin feels amazing. My internal tummy scars are diminishing. My sister has terrible internal um, scars from
Oh,
surgeries, really bad. So my internal tummy scars are diminishing. My knees don't hurt anymore in the morning, and they don't pop and clip. My hands aren't shaking. She had like this.
oh, like
So her
Parkinson's or
so my hands aren't shaking. My fingers still get locked up, but that's diminishing. I'm patching Spencer. Spencer's little dog. Second day, I'll send photos and more updates. And that was her. She says I started patching on June 12th, 2023, 3 weeks, using all day ones and both night ones. So she's using the Fantastic Five, and then I think she's using, I'm assuming she's using Alavita and Silent Nights.
wow.
hmm
That's
She hasn't used Ice Wave. Oh no, she's using Alavita and SP6. She has not used Ice Wave. Uh, I haven't used Ice Wave since that day at your house. I haven't needed to, have been pretty pain free. And that's it. So far, so good. My friend Annette, on the other hand, I still have yet to get her email, but she called me on 4th of July. You were sitting next to me. If you recall, I was on the phone
yes.
and it was very emotional for her. And she was just thanking me profusely. And she went on and on and on about all these amazing things. And honestly, she went on so much and it was so like I couldn't really understand her through all her like crying because she was thanking, like crying. So next day I'm like, dude, you said so much. I need you to put it down in an email. So she's going to, but she's just feeling good. She's definitely feeling the detox, but she's also feeling the good part of it.
That's awesome.
Um, my niece Brianna, for her to say that she's waking up at 6 a.m. Brianna doesn't go to bed till 3 o'clock, but she doesn't get up till noon.
Wow.
That's Brianna. That's Brianna for years. The fact that she's getting up at 6 a.m.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah. Years. She does not get up at 6 a.m. unless there's a funeral to go to.
Wow. So that's a
Serious.
so she's had a
That's
lot
huge
of
for her.
wow. Oh my gosh, that's
hmm
incredible.
Yeah. So good things are happening. Mr. Wee, I think Mr. Wee is running it to see how he goes. I got one text from him that said energy. That's all these different little pictures, and it said, "That's all I got." Happy face, and that's all I
Wow.
heard. So, but I have not heard like his testimonial yet. I think he's just doing his thing.
Mhm.
He's been through so much with his cancer, and he knows so much. So, when I first spoke with him, it's interesting. I sent him to all the information for the patents and all the clinical trials. And he texts me, he's like, is it weird that I know everything they're saying and all their terminology? Because he's been researching stem cell this and clinical trials that, and because he's been, fighting cancer and he's probably cancer free. But so he's really looking for uh just to get his body back in line and hopefully it'll help with like his throat. He's had like a lot of throat issues.
Wow.
So yeah, so telling you. Thing
Wow.
is, if anything, this thing is this, why doesn't everyone know?
That's it. So we get to be Santa Claus and we're like giving this life-saving
Like,
technology
right?
And people just have to be willing to try it. And those who do, then they have these
They
incredible,
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
My friend Brad started a week ago Tuesday. He received the patches and started wearing it. On Wednesday, I got this text message. Oh, by the way, my huge scar on my arm has shrunk nearly half its size. So look at this. So watch this. Look at his scar there.
Uh-huh.
How dark
Uh-huh.
it is, okay? So then
Uh-huh.
the next day, he goes, same scar, less than 24 hours. Look at how much lighter it is.
What?
Yes, and still shrinking. And so then this weekend, he goes, the end of the scar is almost completely closed, so much more narrow than it originally was. He goes, also, oh, I have another order that I'm putting in tomorrow. Then he goes, the and then his neighbor, she was in a head-on collision. And so he's like, I need to get, I need to order all these patches for her because she was in a head-on collision. They're going to do surgery for her, blah, blah, blah. She just came home this weekend and she just started on the patches. So hold on a second. So here his, so here's another 24 hours and look at, it keeps
Wow.
shrinking and gets lighter and lighter. Another 24 hours. I think that was the last one.
I'll tell you what, I had like a cluster of scars on my backside, on my back right side.
Yesterday.
Gone.
Look at how much lighter.
How many days?
So that's exactly 8 days.
Wow. You
Is
need to
that
put
not
that in the
amazing?
test. Is he going to do a testimonial?
Yeah, yeah. He said he would. And
Oh, good.
I asked him if I could share that. And he said, yeah. He goes, show everyone. He goes, this is amazing.
Yeah. Well, I noticed the same thing. So I had like a little cluster of like scars about in this big of an area on my back right side of my backside.
Hmm.
And one day I was showering and I was just like, look, I'm like, what? They are like, I can see them, but it's like they're 90% gone. Gone. And
Wow.
my sister, I'm sure it's based on how she can feel them, but she had really bad internal scars to where they're like, it's like a webbing inside her body where it's like wrapped around like her organs and stuff.
That must
It's really bad
be
and
painful.
very painful and just very disfiguring in a way. And she says they're shrinking.
Wow.
And her handshaking stopped. I mean, handshaking to me, that's huge.
That's nerve damage.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
I'm gonna ask her to I haven't asked her since she told me that, but I'm gonna say, how's the handshaking going? Is it still stopped? It was like a maybe like a one-time thing. So
and glutathione,
but
because
yep,
she has 300% more glutathione. So a lot of those neurological issues are like gone.
yep, nice.
Wow.
So
So those are some awesome testimonials so quickly from so many people that you're getting. So now you
mm-hmm,
know what you know exactly what I mean now. And you
mm-hmm,
have your friend who was crying, talking about all the things that she's experiencing. That's what it feels like to me, like to be the little kid under the Christmas tree going, wee.
mm-hmm,
It's like, oh
mm-hmm.
my gosh, how much better the feeling of somebody saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. You've changed my life.
Yep,
You've saved my life. I'm like, this is what we do. And it's like such an incredible feeling that
it is.
you had somebody who was freed from the bondage and the chains of pain, and now they're like, wow, their life is so much better. And then they're
Mm-hmm.
so much happier too. And they've got that euphoric happiness, and at the same time, they're calm. More and more people are telling me about how they're much more intuitive, more aware, even prophetic, where they're like they can
Mm-hmm.
tell people about to call them or things to come, and their awareness and intuition is just expanding. But yeah, you keep on getting into more and more balance, and that just keeps growing
Because guess what? When your body was created, up until about what, 3 years old, how open were we
completely.
to your prior lives, to your soul family,
You
to
remembered.
all of that? You knew that. So if it's taking you back, if those stem cells are coming up and resetting stuff, they're
Mhm.
resetting other things. It's not just what's damaged, you know?
Exactly.
They're
Comprehensive.
yeah. Hmm.
That's very awesome.
So we need to, so I really want to pursue this. So I would love to like talk about how we can help promote this and this is all new to me, but you know what? I'm freaking gung ho. I have been in IT operations management for 30 years. I'm fairly, competent in
Uh,
managing
over,
things, and but I don't know anything about network marketing. I don't sell. I'm not gonna say I'm a terrible salesperson because that's like prophetic. I don't have not sold. So, but
it's
I don't want to sell.
yeah.
I want people to do it
So
themselves.
I tell people this is not about a sales ego. It doesn't matter if you've never sold anything in your life before. This is about educating, encouraging, and empowering people. So you're just giving people this, sharing with them this life-saving information, this technology, and letting them know
Mm-hmm.
what you've experienced and the people, you have a few other people's testimonials that you can share with them. And if
Mm-hmm.
they like what they hear, I go, here's the 5 of 12 bullet points. And if you like what you see, then we can arrange a Zoom call where you can get your questions answered. And
Mm-hmm.
there's never any rush or push to get anybody
Yeah. Nothing.
to buy anything or anything. It's just education so they can make an empowered choice. And then most people can't, the majority, there's nothing's 100%. The majority are like, how could I get these yesterday?
Yeah,
There's about
exactly.
30% of the people who are like, well, let me do my due diligence. Let me, if this is so good, why doesn't everybody know about it? It's like, exactly. Because there's nothing on
Exactly.
the planet that everybody knows about. It
Mm-hmm.
takes time. This is a relatively new technology. It's, the company will be 20 years old next year. So we're just 19 years. It's been 22 years ago that he invented, the energy enhancer for the Black Ops Navy SEALs.
Mm-hmm.
And in science, I mean, look, when I did pre-med, they didn't talk a lot to us about stem cells. And in 1960, before I was even born, Bruce Lipton was already doing stem cell research and stem cell cloning, and he was teaching
Mm-hmm.
medical school. And that was in the 60s. And in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, they still didn't teach in pre-med about stem cells. So
Mm-hmm.
it's only been in the last 10 or 12 years that we've seen more people talk about, using stem cell therapy and so forth. And it's starting to gain, it hasn't reached critical mass yet, but it's going to reach critical mass where people are going to go, oh, that's the way to go. And so, and especially with everything that went on with the pandemic, so many things that people experienced and more awareness about health and wellness and things that injure the body, things that help the body. So
Mm-hmm.
people are more open. Some are more open and receptive, and those are the people that we're looking for, the ones that are open and receptive. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a mentor,
And the people who need help,
and people who need
you
help.
know? Yeah.
There's a lot of
They're the ones, it's like you want to get the ones who are open and receptive. That's like your A party, and the B party is the ones that need help.
that
The
need.
ones that you may give them a week or so, right? Go try this, go try that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we all can grow and improve. And so, but yeah, some people are really, really hurting, and
Mm-hmm.
they can be hurting a lot less, and they can have a more rapid repair. It doesn't have to be
Mm-hmm.
this long, arduous ordeal. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
good
So, all
deal.
right.
So you give me permission to share this recording where we have those testimonials?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna end the recording.